Hey guys, Canadian Range Nut here. It is Monday, June the 13th, 2022. Just doing a very quick video. This won't be as long as the other ones. So a couple of things I wanted to talk about today. First one was part of the first reading of Bill C21 from Mendicino. Second part was a little clip I wanted to play for you guys of Trudeau talking about his ideas of self-defense and our lack of rights towards it. And the third thing I just wanted to mention quickly was about the Democrats and Republicans in the U.S. So anyway, I'm going to get to the first clip here with Mendicino at the first reading of Bill C21. And this is from Friday, I believe.
Bill C21 will introduce for the first time a national freeze on handguns. What this means in very clear language is that on a go forward, no one will be able to buy, sell, transfer, or import a handgun. There will be limited exceptions for law enforcement. There will be limited exceptions for those who work within the security industry. There will be limited exceptions for those who compete in international competitions on behalf of Canada and the like. But beyond that, we're capping the market. We're stopping the trend of a universe of a classification of guns that has grown on average by about 45 to 55,000 new registrations every year. So, Madam Speaker, you can imagine how quickly and how significantly the domain of handguns is growing within Canada. And
once again, no mention of guns and gangs, but let's continue.
And it is no coincidence, in my opinion, that as the universe of those handguns has grown, so too has the prevalence of handguns in the commission of serious violent offenses, leading all the way to murder and to homicide. And so as a result of that, we're stopping that trend. And that is one of the main centerpieces of this bill. Now, the last thing I'll just say about the priority and the urgency that underlines this particular moment in time is that since the government has stated its intention to pass Bill C21 as a law, we have seen a spike in the number of handgun sales across the country, which is something that the government was prepared for, was alive to, which is why, in addition to tabling Bill C21, we also put on the floor of this House of Commons simultaneously regulations which would be modified under the Firearms Act so that we could more quickly bring in the effect of the national handgun freeze so that we could stop the growth of that particular universe of guns, which are, again, increasingly being used in the commission of criminal offenses leading up to homicide. Now, earlier today, a number of MPs who caucus with the government at the Standing Committee for Security, Public Security and National Security brought a motion with the hopes of achieving unanimity that we could more quickly bring in the changes to the regulations under the Firearms Act so that we could more quickly bring in the national handgun freeze.
Sorry, guys, just to correct myself, this is actually the second reading that we're looking at. I thought it was the first reading. This is actually the second reading of the bill.
And the effect of it. We did not get consensus.
Okay, so we'll stop it there.
Foremost, Bill C20.
Sorry, guys. Just skip to the next video there. Okay, so he clearly doesn't sound like he knows what he is doing. Of course, the minions in the back, all with their masks on, yet Trudeau can travel to Los Angeles, doesn't need a mask at all. Makes perfect sense. Okay, so that's that part of it. And I love how he said the handgun sales spiked. Somebody earlier had asked me, what can we do to fight against this kind of thing? And I did mention become a member of an organization like the CCFR, Canadian Coalition for Firearm Rights, or join the NFA, National Firearms Association. Join the CSSA, Canadian Canadian Shooting and Sport Association. There's also the Canadian Sporting Arms and Ammunition Association. So there's a few different organizations that will lobby for our rights. And again, if that's really the only realistic way we have of going against this stuff. And one other person actually on the comments had mentioned to me, I think it was today or yesterday, to become a member of the Conservative Party, which is like $15 a year. I would definitely recommend that, because basically that's all. I did join them a couple of years ago, and then when O'Toole got into power, I lost a lot of faith in them. But I'm actually going to sign up with them again, because I feel like it's just the only anything we can do to help our cause is going to help us. So you can become a Conservative member that way. Again, I think it's like $15 for the year, and it gives you the rights to vote for who's going to run for leader and stuff like that. Now that vote has passed. I know that. Like I'm pretty sure Polyev is in the lead for that. Hopefully, I feel like he's our best chance. But anyway, so that's that video there. Okay, so here's the video I wanted to share with you guys with Trudeau and his smug take on self-defense. And just listen to this one.
There are debates, and we have a culture where the difference is guns can be used for hunting or for sport shooting in Canada, and there are lots of gun owners, and they're mostly respecting and law-abiding. But you can't use a gun for self-protection in Canada. That's not a right that you have in the Constitution or anywhere else. If you try and buy a gun and say it's for self-protection, no, you don't get that. You get it for hunting. You can get it for sport shooting. You can take it to the range, no problem, as long as you go through our rigorous background checks. But there's a difference around the culture. And one of the things that we're seeing with the debate in the States is you get more and more of the American style, right to carry, self-defense arguments filtering up through the usual more right-wing communications channels.
Yeah.
And
I always love how they
sorry, let me stop
this. I always love how they refer to them as right-wing communication channels. Like, I love how they just vilified the right wing for so many years and years. So that's his take on that. And again, if you are going to use a gun for self-defense in Canada, they probably will arrest you if you do it. But again, like I said, it's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6, like from that Mark Wahlberg movie I was telling you guys about. And just the third thing, again, very quick video today. I heard on the radio today that Democrats and Republicans in the United States have apparently come to an agreement on some new gun law changes. Now, typical liberal radio saying a lot of advocacy groups say it doesn't go far enough, blah, blah, blah. But the gist of it is, and I'll talk more about it in the next video. The gist of it is that they're looking for background checks for 18 to 21-year-olds. They're looking at putting in a waiting period for when a person buys a gun. And then apparently they're closing a loophole when it comes to like domestic violence. I guess there's some kind of loophole in the laws over there as far as that goes. So I'm just going to leave it at that for now. Please remember to like and subscribe if you got any value out of this, guys. And my Wednesday video, it'll either be Tuesday or Wednesday that I release it. That one will go into much more details about the stuff going on in the States. And obviously, if anything pops up in Canada, anything new with us, I'll keep you guys in the loop about that. Anyway, have a great night, guys. Canadian Range Nut, and I'll talk to you soon.